Hey guys. Daniel here again, and I will once again tell you another YOS anomaly, which is YOS-4411. Now just a quick warning that this video has some very gross and unsettling imagery, and also some adult stuff. So people must be 18 years or older to watch this video, but if this video gets age restricted, that's not my problem. Let's go. YOS-4411, Object Class, Keter, and Threat Level, Danger. Containment Procedures. YOS-4411 must be kept in a 12 meter by 12 meter humanoid containment cell. Personnel are allowed to clean up YOS-4411's cell by all the fecal waste if one of the professors tells them to. The gas is to be blown away by at least 4 or more air machine fans in order for the anus gas to not be expelled out. In the event of a containment breach from YOS-4411, he is to be found immediately. If he attempts to expel anus gases or feces, the gas is to be blown away to prevent personnel from passing out or terminated. Any YOS-4411-1 instances found is to be terminated immediately. Description: YOS-4411 appears to be a male child, believed to be 6 years of age. He seems to have a weird irritation to hate any type of clothing, and will take them off immediately and instead expose his entire body. He also is capable of expelling gases from his anus, which would terminate and subject whenever it releases from more than 3 meters. YOS-4411 is also capable of using his feces to breach containment, either using fecal weapons and tools, and can also easily escape by using the floor air vents, which is big enough for YOS-4411 to escape through. He also can give birth to instances of YOS-4411-1. YOS-4411-1 instances are species of fecal waste that are actually living organisms, meaning that they have organs. Although they are lacking a skeletal system, they can pollute any area with their gases that will terminate a subject whenever they are from a close distance. If any subject touches YOS-4411-1's surface, they will instantly be absorbed by it, expanding it further. YOS-4411 can also randomly go into his dimension to escape the facility and reappear elsewhere. The dimension is currently designated Dimension/4411. Foundation staff are unable to enter unless for testing purposes. They use D-class personnel to enter his dimension. The dimension produces loud echoes, making it easier to hear where YOS-4411 is located at, and sending him back to containment. Also contains lights that are dim in nature. Whenever YOS-4411 spots a subject, he immediately attacks. Foundation is currently attempting to let YOS-4411 wear red clothing, but he still takes them off without hesitation. Addendum 4411 1. YOS-4411 was discovered on the 12th of April 2020, when his parents were attempting to inflict harm on him, but MTF guards immediately them and sent them to Site-06, which is now destroyed due to YOS-414 breaching containment. YOS-4411 simply refused and attempted to attack, but was forcefully sent to the site. Addendum 4411 2. YOS-4411 somehow breached containment during a containment breach of YOS-414. He attempted to attack and terminate YOS-414 by expelling fecal waste but failed to complete it and was absorbed by YOS-414. It is soon believed that YOS-4411 is immune to any attack by any hostile anomalous entities, and will keep his flesh at bay, and simply resisted YOS-414 ripping the flesh out of him. Therefore, the anomaly was recontained to Site-7. YOS-4411 is immune to any high or low temperatures, even when he is lacking any type of clothing, which means that he ignores any hot and cold temperatures that he is exposed in. He is also infested with different viral infections, which he is also immune to, meaning that the viruses aren't doing any harm to him. Also means that YOS-4411 is seemingly indestructible, making it impossible to terminate him. Through X-ray vision, Personnel staff notices instances of YOS-4423 inside his anus by using microscopic X-rays. They seem to be passive to YOS-4411. Due to the expelled gases YOS-4411 continuously produces, therefore doesn't attempt to harm YOS-4411 to demand for more gas. They also kill off viral infections whenever they are disturbed, and are immune to the effects of viruses. Addendum 4411 3. YOS-4411 was tested to terminate YOS-682 for 680 to termination attempt 5. When YOS-682 notices YOS-4411, he proceeds to attack him, but YOS-4411 immediately jumped onto YOS-682's body and begins to attack YOS-682 with his fesses. YOS-682 spins around attempting to get YOS-4411 off of it. YOS-4411 slips off and YOS-682 immediately swallows him whole. However, it still doesn't realize that YOS-4411 is still alive. Inside YOS-682's body, he starts gassing up and releasing fecal waste inside as hard as he can to escape its body. YOS-682 begins to become very sick and disgusted as he vomits back up YOS-4411 to the cell. After that, YOS-4411 climbs back up YOS-682's body, this time on its mouth. He starts doing fecal waste again, this time birthing YOS-4411-1 instances. The fecal became aggressive and breaks YOS-682's floor by forming strong bones. YOS-682 roars in pain and now becomes afraid to YOS-4411 and makes no other attempt to attack him. Finally, YOS-4411 climbs up into YOS-682's nose and makes one final fecal attempt. After that, YOS-682 fell unconscious. However, even though YOS-682 lost about 34% its body mass, this didn't terminate the entity, so this termination test was deemed a failure. Addendum 4411 4. A D-class number D4315 was sent to Dimension/4411 to find YOS-4411. He traveled for an hour until hearing echoes of YOS-4411 gassing, talking and his stomach growling. He talked to the staff and YOS-4411 immediately attacks him. Incident 4411 1. YOS-4411 was being studied with one of his fesses being experimented while personnel were outside his chamber. While YOS-4411 wasn't being watched, he took off his clothes and escaped by using his dimension and closes the portal immediately. The staff was shocked to see him gone, so they checked the cameras and were immediately looking out to find him. After a while, they reached a town where everything was covered in fecal matter, and people terminated. They believed that YOS-4411 was nearby, but it seems that YOS-4411 already escaped the area. They see more and more individuals covered in fesses, still unable to find YOS-4411, until they found him in South Asia and forcefully putting him in a cell. Although he easily escapes and easily terminated the staff, therefore, he continues his rampage. More staff came and this time put him in an indestructible steel cube, until they sent him back to Side 7. He killed a lot of people worldwide, killing approximately 3,456 million people. In the 13th of June 2021, Dr. was telling the staff that YOS-4411's aggression is really bizarre and very dangerous, and was thinking of permanently terminating YOS-4411. Of course, this was denied because YOS-4411 cannot be terminated in any way. Even during the YOS-680 termination test, he survived against YOS-414 and YOS-682. He was still very much alive. Maybe someday the Foundation will agree and will try to terminate YOS-4411 as soon as possible. Thanks for watching. This was weird and gross, but whatever. I'm glad you made it through that. Anyways, see you guys later.